We have 53 kilometers of estimated range and 60 kilometers to go. I bought some cheese, and this is actually grated real cheese. Of course you are... Oh wow, he jumped! Normally I would take the Model Y for long trips. Today we are going to do something different. We are going to take the BMW i3S on a long trip. We are going across the mountains. We are going all the way from the Bergen area, where we are now, to Lillehammer, which is a city in kinda like the middle of Norway, but on the other side of the mountains. It is very close to Oslo, so it is about 7-8 hours of driving, including charging. You know that the BMW i3 doesn't have a good route planner, so I have something very cool here. I have a better route planner with OBD integration into CarPlay, which means that we have an OBD reader here with Bluetooth low energy that goes over to my phone here, that reads out the battery percentage. Like you can see, it is the same battery percentage there as here, and we can decide where we want to go. And we want to go to this area, so that you can see we are almost crossing Norway here. Not exactly in the middle of Norway, I would say. I would say it's more in the eastern part of Norway. So we can press plan here, and it says planning with i3S 120 amp hours, which is our car. It will now give us our charging stops, and it suggests one stop for 31 minutes at Ionity Lærdal, and it suggests a stop at Uno X Leira. Both of these charging options are cheap, they are great, and I got these options because I have decided to not charge at Eveny, not charge at Kople, and choose the better, cheaper options now that I use my BMW i3 here. I would also like to have Tesla as an option for charging, but right now these are actually very good options. Ionity is cheaper than Tesla if you have the subscription, and Uno X is so similar to Tesla anyways in pricing. So these two are fantastic options. This route planner is hit or miss. You never know if it will work correctly. So this time I am excited to share the entire journey with you. So let's press drive here and see what happens. It says that we will arrive at Ionity Lærdal with 29%. We have 100% now, and Ionity Lærdal is a 350 kilowatt charger. Actually, there are multiple of them, and there are many. This is a super cool charging spot. I will show you later in the video. So remember now, it says 29% on arrival at this charger. So we will see then, do we arrive with 29%? So here we have our navigation, a better route planner integrated into CarPlay. Here we have a charging overview. And you can see that we are connected to OBD and that it works correctly, and that the car pulls 0.4 kilowatts for the AC. We will run the AC cold here today. No saving energy today. We will go full send and see if we can cross Norway with this relatively urban EV. So join me for this road trip across Norway in the BMW i3S. For those that don't know, I was recently in the US driving the smallest battery BMW i3. Of course, I can't talk about the results because we were competing. We did a road trip against a Chevy Spark and a Nissan Leaf limousine. Absolutely crazy car. You know, Kyle from Autospec always finds something fun to do, and it was extremely fun to be a part of the filming over in the US, and it was interesting driving a BMW i3 in the US. It's such a small car compared to all the trucks that they drive over there. Of course, that was a more lower spec i3 than this. This is a fully spec'd i3S, and I can talk about the differences between the cars. Of course, the range in that BMW i3 really sucked, especially on American highways. American highways are, of course, they have higher speed than most of the roads in Europe, except the Autobahn, and you have a lot of wind resistance. They are open roads with a lot of wind and just a low efficiency road in general. And it doesn't help that it is the absolute smallest battery ever fitted in an i3. With degradation, I think I estimated that it was around 15 kilowatt hour available. In this car, we have 38 kilowatt hours available, so it's more than double the capacity available. In addition, this car has a heat pump, and it is just a higher spec model. We have the sunroof, we have adaptive cruise control, we have the leather seats, and we have the larger screen with Apple CarPlay that enables this Better Routeplanner integration. Of course, you can use the Better Routeplanner integration without CarPlay, and I did actually do that over in the US, which is why my Better Routeplanner integration is in miles instead of kilometers right now. Quite funny. So, I will follow and see if a Better Routeplanner works here. It did actually work pretty well in the US, but I had some mishaps which kind of sucked. But you will see everything over on Autospec motoring when the road trip video is out. It might be out when this video is out, it might not be, so I won't talk about the results here in this video. Today we are driving a BMW i3 in Norway instead. So it is exciting to finally take this i3 on a longer trip again. Of course I did when I got the car, and I have had a few trips on this channel in the BMW i3. Today I decided to not drive the Model Y because I've done so many things with Teslas recently, so I want to show you how it works with a small urban commuter in Norway. Of course, Norway is a whole different country. You have lower speed limits, so everything moves slowly. You have more efficient cars on the road. Of course, the cars become more efficient on Norwegian roads because of the slow speed limits. Doesn't mean that it's boring to drive in Norway, because we have curvy roads, we have curvy 80 zones, which are extremely fun, some of the most fun roads to drive on in my opinion, as long as there is no traffic, which is the main issue in summer. So we will see. Still 100% on the car here, because we have been driving, you know, decreasing our altitude, and then we gain energy, and then we don't lose percentage. So still at 100%, 30% estimated at the charger, and I will keep you updated to see if this Better Routeplanner integration will be something that I can trust in the future. And for other people that want to take EVs that don't have a route planner on longer trips, is this trustworthy? I also want to mention before we start that if you have an OBD reader connected to your BMW i3, the alarm will go off every time you lock the car. This is because a Bluetooth OBD is actually a security issue, because people can connect to the OBD and unlock the car and steal your car. I don't care about people stealing my car. I don't think that will happen ever. So I actually went into Bimmer code, used the same OBD that I use for this Better Routeplanner integration, and I removed the OBD alarm. This means that I can lock the car with the OBD reader, so that the route planner is active at all times, even when leaving the car and locking the car. So that's a pro tip for you. And of course, this can happen to other cars as well. You need to find a way to turn off the alarm if the car is equipped with an OBD alarm, like the BMW i3. So join me for this road trip. I will show you some awesome scenery along the way. We will drive the E16 instead of Hardangervidda, which is the main road that I usually take, because we are going to a slightly different location in the east, close to Lillehammer. So you will see some new sceneries that you might not have seen on this channel earlier. These are some fantastic driving roads, and some of the best ones. Unfortunately, we only get these in the beginning of the trip. Of course, there are more beautiful sceneries along the way, but these roads right outside Bergen here are so fun to drive, especially in a car like the BMW i3, because it is quite fun, it's quite fast, especially the i3S. So I absolutely love to drive these roads, and I always choose this route instead of going through Bergen. It's also faster, so there is no reason for me to go through Bergen. Anyways, we have 97%. I will keep you updated. The traffic is so slow that we gain efficiency, which means that we will arrive at our charger with a higher state of charge. So now it says 33%, and to be honest, I was pretty fast in the beginning. Then the traffic began because it's summer vacation, we have all this like camping cars, everything, and then we slow down, we gain efficiency, and it says 33% on arrival instead of 29, which was our initial estimate. We are still 1 hour and 40 minutes out, so 1 hour and 40 minutes until we are at the Lærdal Ionity station, where we will try to charge this BMW i3. So we have been driving in sport mode all the time because I have passed some slow moving cars, and then it's very nice to have the kick of the sport mode in this car. You only get the sport mode with the BMW i3s, and it gives you slightly better acceleration and slightly more improved accelerator mapping, in my opinion. It feels great, it's pretty quick, and we are now at 75% state of charge, and I must say that this car is very efficient. If we can look at the efficiency numbers right now, our efficiency has been 138 watt-hour per kilometer. So that's between Model Y and Model 3 efficiency, I would say, on this stretch. Because, yeah, but it has been quite slow. So I would say that it's not necessarily super representative. But average speed 70 kilometers per hour and an average efficiency of 137 watt-hour per kilometer is not too bad, actually, especially for this car. This car absolutely plummets in efficiency when it is on the highway because of the shape of the car. But as of now, these slow mountainous roads of Norway, this car is absolutely perfect, and we get a significant range. I think we get our VLTP range, actually, with that kind of efficiency, at least close to it. And it's pretty good, considering that we have staggered wheel setup, 175 in the front, 195 in the rear, which should give us lower efficiency but better grip, which is what that's a nice trade-off in my opinion for this car. So let's see how the estimates updates as we move closer to the Ionity station. Also, a better Routeplanner has speed camera warning integration. That's amazing. And a better Routeplanner is still in miles, so speed camera in 0.4 miles. I have no idea how far that is. Not the healthiest lunch ever, a hot dog with chili ketchup, which is a staple in Norway at the gas stations, and a Coca-Cola with a Norwegian name. This one is with sugar this time, so not the healthy one, Diet Coke or Coke Zero. But I'm still a little bit jet lagged, and I just need some food. And we stopped here without charging, which is something that I rarely do. But this time I am taking it slowly and I'm listening to a better Routeplanner, so we won't charge here. But I want to show you something, because over there we have a new charging station, which is quite interesting. So if we drive right over here, we can see the new Skulestadmoen supercharger, which is a version 3.5, but with the updated stalls, so that the holsters work and stuff like that. You can see that there is a Mercedes there. He is actually allowed to be parked there in Norway. You are allowed to park combustion cars on EV chargers in most places, just like this. But people mainly do it because they are I don't know, convinced that their base spec Mercedes that's falling apart is better than having an electric car, which is fine. Now, there was many places there to stand, so absolutely no issue whatsoever. Now we are driving past the old supercharger here at Voss, and it's completely full. It's a full version 2 supercharger. They don't know that they have a version 3.5 with better speeds, same price, just right down the road. So they need to look at their map. People always choose the wrong chargers. People fill up the version 2 chargers when there is a version 3 or 3.5 just close by, which is absolutely insane. Only thing missing from this car to be the perfect road tripper, in my opinion, okay, aside from a little bit more charging speed maybe, of course, but in Norway, where we don't need that much range, we don't need to recuperate that much range at the charger and stuff like that, is lane centering. I wish this car had lane centering. It has adaptive cruise control, which is camera based, just like Tesla, so it's not optimal, but it works, and I'm using it now, and it's easy to adjust the speed. And if you need to drive past someone, if you are on a 4-lane highway, it'll speed up once you start the blinker to the left, which is awesome. But it only has traffic jam assist, which will hold you in the lane in traffic jams on the highway. Unfortunately, I live in a country where highways are, well, pretty much non-existent. This means that I have nowhere to use my my traffic jam assist. I have tried to use it at every possible scenario I could, but I have never been able to activate it in Norway. So if any of you know of any coding or stuff you can do with Beamer code to make the traffic jam assist activate on all types of roads, that would be amazing. And of course the maximum speed should be increased from 60 kilometers per hour as well on the traffic jam assist. But the adaptive cruise control works, it's smooth, it's nice, so we have that kind of driver assistance at least. But I'm really missing the lane centering. Lane centering is something that I use on our Tesla all the time with autopilot. Now we are in one of the longest roadway tunnels in the world, Lærdalstunnelen in western Norway. Now the estimated arrival percentage is 38% instead of 29%. And this is of no fault of a better route planner. This is because traffic has been insanely slow. So many Swedes on the roads that have never seen a curve in their life and want to drive 20 kilometers per hour under the speed limit through the curves. There are also caravans and there are RVs on the road that make traffic go so slow. To compare this route planner to something else that I've tried, I think the closest route planner actually is Tesla. I think the Tesla would have gained the same 8-9% in efficiency over time due to the slow speeds. It feels natural, it doesn't feel too conservative actually, but we will see after this charging stop. We have one more charging stop that we can compare to. But right now we are at 45% state of charge. We are driving through this roadway tunnel with an estimated 38% on arrival at Ionity Lærdal. Okay, so I changed to metric on a better route planner and it recalculated the route. But I'm still going to Ionity, so it doesn't really matter too much. We will take a look at the route once we are over at the Ionity station. Anyways, a better route planner actually says that from the OBD integration, it says that the battery temperature is 26.3 degrees Celsius. This car doesn't have battery preconditioning, so yeah, that's just something interesting to note. 26.3 degrees Celsius in the battery. The ambient temperature is around 15-16 degrees Celsius, so it's about 10 degrees Celsius over the ambient temperature. State of charge now is 40, 38, 39 estimated at Ionity Lærdal. The OBD reads 159 watt-hour per kilometer as our efficiency, but the car reads 130 watt-hour per kilometer as our efficiency from for the entire route today, 193 kilometers so far. So a little bit of a disparity there, but that's normal. I think I trust the car's numbers more in this case. What's interesting, OBD data is also 4% degradation, it reports. I remember the car that I drove in the US had 19% degradation, and that was the small battery, of course. Interesting, very, very interesting to note. Now we are regenning as we drive a little bit to a lower elevation. I will update you once we are at Ionity Lærdal. Here we are, and I just want to show you the truck chargers first. So many truck chargers. Also normal cars can use these ABB units. You see the cabinets over there, but these are the one for normal deadly people. So, oh, there is an i3S there. That's awesome. And we can also activate auxiliary climate to keep the climate on while we are charging. It is pretty warm outside, so this is a nice solution. Starting session. Let's see here. It looks dead, to be honest. Very slow handshake. It's actually my first time charging this car at Ionity. There we go, 39%. Okay, so it says I can choose I'm done charging. Anyways, it says 9 minutes left, 45 kilowatts of power, which is the maximum this car can take I mean, it's the maximum this car can take, which I can't complain about. 44.6 kilowatts. The battery temperature is 26 degrees. It says where I am and what's going on. Activate auxiliary climate now. It's an absolutely beautiful location, this Lærdal Ionity station. And at 3 kroners per kilowatt hour with the subscription, this is actually cheaper than the Tesla one and faster than the Tesla one. Not for us, because we have a BMW i3, but in general, it would be cheaper for most people and better for Tesla owners as well. It's actually cheaper than the Tesla with subscription. There we can see some other people charging at they didn't manage to activate the charger with the i3. So they are charging at this old EFASEC charger, which is 50 kilowatts at double the price of Ionity with subscription. That's unfortunate. And we see the version 2 superchargers right over there. Now there's a queue over at those two 50 kilowatt shitty units over there, which are double the price of Ionity, because, I don't know, people don't know how to use Ionity chargers. But I do see that the payment terminals actually, everything seems dead, but the app works. So it might be that people are afraid when the screens are off here. But it did work, and yeah. RFID app, but these are not active, it seems. That sucks. Anyways, let's see how many percent we have charged. Oh, seems like it's going well. Oh, it's so cold and nice inside there. We are at 61%, but we have definitely stayed there for more than 8 minutes, so I don't know what they were saying. Those, they rented a Toyota BC4X from Sixt. That's not the best experience for an electric car, but it might actually work in Norway, seeing our efficiency so far. We charged 12.18 kilowatt hours, so 12 kilowatt hours, and we were charged just 36 Norwegian kroners. And let's see, can we see more about the session? Nope. That was our session. This is super annoying. The OBD is disconnected and I can't actually connect it. So let's unplug the OBD for a few seconds. There you can see how it looks. Replug. I was not able to reconnect it, so that was probably a needed step. Then I will go into here and we will go to edit connections, link, understood, OBD link, next. Okay, now it's reading again. It says no OBD data, and then it connects and disconnects and whatever, but this seems like the normal operation. Let's just see if it works and go. It estimates at least 10% actually at our next charging stop, so let's just see what happens. If we run out of charge, we run out of charge. We have our navigation back. We have our live state of charge. You can see that it's green, that means it's connected. Blue means it's trying to connect and gather the data. Orange means that it's reading no data from the OBD. And here we have sheep in the road. We need to be very, very careful. They like to lay in the road because it's hot. The tarmac is hot. Anyways, it says 10% on arrival. You can see it live over here. Of course, the screen is not flickering. That's just on the camera, just so you know. The disconnect issues might also be because I'm running iOS beta and that there are issues with the Bluetooth connection. But when I tried this over a year ago, I still had the same kind of issues with the BMW i3 here. You know what? I'm not fiddling around anymore. I just lose time on this. So, since it doesn't work, I must say that I'm very disappointed in actually ABED Routeplanner's integration here and information regarding what might be wrong. Now I tried to disconnect, forget the adapter, add the adapter, restart the car, lock the car, go back in, and now it won't read out anything through the OBD. Of course, this could be a BMW problem, but the information should still be there for me to at least troubleshoot. Some troubleshooting information would be nice. Anyways, what do you do if you lose your Routeplanner then? Your ABED Routeplanner? Well, I just put up Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever works best in your country. And I see that there is 56 kilometers to my destination, and I have 96 kilometers on the gasometer, which means I will make it completely fine. So as long as you drive so that the kilometers never cross each other, meaning that, for example, there are 25 kilometers left to your destination and you have 25 on the gasometer, you might need to slow down a little bit. And the opposite, of course, if you have way more kilometers to your destination, if you have way more kilometers on the gasometer than to your destination, you can speed up a little bit. And this is just a way to do it if you don't know what your arrival percentage would be. Of course, this is a gasometer, so if you have a lot of elevation changes, this doesn't apply at all. But now we are 50 minutes from our charger, and at the charger I will troubleshoot this OBD stuff a little bit more, and hopefully get a solution to actually fix this ABED Routeplanner thing. It worked perfectly up to now. A little bit buggy, I would say, but it worked very, very nicely, and it was so nice to have arrival state of charge, because then you can work your way around the arrival state of charge. You can speed up a little bit to lower it, and you can slow down a little bit to get the arrival percentage to increase. So I find this incredibly annoying, because I don't want to fickle around with stuff like this, and I actually pay for ABED Routeplanner, so they should have at least troubleshooting information regarding this, so that I can troubleshoot when I'm on my way to fix stuff. But yeah, maybe that I need a new adapter, or there is something wrong with the car, or whatever, I don't know. But I really like the implementation and solution, and that's why I really want to get it to work properly. One nice thing with this ABED Routeplanner integration is that it actually will estimate your battery percentage, and you can adjust live if it loses OBD connection. So now it estimates 26% left, and I actually have 26% left. So the estimation seems pretty good, I would say, and you can always adjust manually if you want to. I want to talk a little bit about the BMW i3 and how it is to drive. It drives amazingly well. Actually, it's quite comfortable, much better than most other cars in the same class. Even though I am on the stiffer sport suspension and of course the different wheels, the large wheels, 20-inch summer wheels, 195 in the rear, 175 in the front, staggered setup for some absolutely bizarre reason. Doesn't matter. This car is great to drive. Again, I just wish it had lane centering, but the adaptive cruise control has worked great today. It switched off once, I think. Once there was a ton of rain. It didn't like that because it's camera based, but now it works perfectly fine, so that I can drive with adaptive cruise control, which is something that I appreciate. So 25% estimated, and we have 25% left, so the estimation seems good, which is nice. But again, very, very bummed about the OBD thing just losing connection all the time. I can't remember that this happened when I was in the US. So this might be something with iOS beta. I don't know. I'm running the iOS 26 beta 2. So yeah, if any of you have any suggestions to how I can fix the connection issues, just let me know in the comments down below. This gravel will absolutely suck in the BMW i3, and later in this video I will be driving on gravel roads as well, so stay tuned for that. This just feels wrong in this car, absolutely terrible. This car is so fun to drive in the curves. After I got to test it on track in the US, I got a little bit more interested in how can I push this car to its limits, because it will overheat, or at least the intrusive traction control and a combination of the narrow tires and everything. It's not necessarily a good track car, but in these curves it just feels amazing. It feels great, and this is the i3S as well. Might be a little bit better than the base i3, especially the 2015 model. There are always small improvements in cars once they go through the model years. We are now 19 kilometers from the Uno X charger, and the Uno X charger is something very interesting. So I talked about how I liked Ionity now because they have the subscription. You can pay 3 kroners per kilowatt hour. Well, Uno X doesn't have a subscription. They just have cheap prices, Alpitronic, full send, absolute full send, 300 kilowatts. Not on this car necessarily, but on if you have a Taycan, for example, you want to charge at a Uno X charger, or Ionity with its subscription. So Uno X has really been expanding in Norway and in Denmark. Just Norway and Denmark. This is a charging network that just operates in 2 countries, which is quite unusual actually. Just 2 countries. Often it's the entire Nordics or Central Europe or something like that, but here we have Denmark and Norway. So these are the chargers that are yellow, and they just use Alpitronic, and they use mostly the Hypercharger 300s. Now they have begun to install the Hypercharger 400s for trucks, but of course you can use those if you want 400 kilowatts. And this is a hint to the next car that I am testing. I will be making some videos for this channel, I think, but the first priority for these videos, I think, will be auto-spec reviews. So check out auto-spec if you haven't already, because you will see me there as well as over here on this channel as well. I'm not leaving this channel at all, just letting you know that I make more and more content as the weeks go by, so it will be quite interesting. So make sure to subscribe to Autospec as well. And if you want to see me race around the track for the first time ever in an i3, you can head over to Autospec Reviews, where we did an endurance race with the Chevy Spark BMW i3 and also a limousine Nissan Leaf. Absolutely insane video. I absolutely recommend checking out that video. super fun, but of course a little bit unfortunate that the least experienced drivers got in the i3 for the sake of the racing heritage of the i3, but I had a ton of fun regardless. So at least check out that video if you're interested in seeing how the i3 does on track. But right now I'm going to enjoy some curves, and I will see you at the Alpitronic Hypercharger 300. We arrived with, let's see, come on, world's slowest startup on this car, 13.5%, so exactly as estimated by this by the Routeplanner thing. So let's plug in and pay for, I just need my card, which is nice. Let's see here. Why did I show you my card? Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. I'm going into the store to buy some food. Just need keys. So here's a trick with Alpitronic that I like to do, is to open the charge port, open this, plug in first, there we go, then we go around to the screen, and I think we can just tap this, F, look at this. This is so cool. We can see the price right here, 4.8 kroners per kilowatt hour. Amazing to see transparent pricing. Everybody should have transparent pricing. Here we go, ramping up. Very slow ramp on this car. Wow, beautiful 911 there. Time to 80%, 36 minutes. From 13%, that's not too bad for an old EV. This will ramp up even more to around 45 kilowatts. Nice. Around 45, depending on voltage, of course. Can we look at the details? Battery voltage is 350 volts. And we can look at the charging curve once we're done. I'm running into the store to buy some food for tonight. Anyways, I absolutely love these X chargers. Card payment just works perfectly. And we have 3 of them here. And in most other locations there are even more than 3. So I was just inside buying some food, so I'll go through the food now. I think that's a very important part of the road trip, is to show you what I bought, just to give you the entire story of everything. So first of all, some tortilla chips. I bought some lettuce mix. I bought ground beef. I bought some tortilla, like fake tortillas, Tex-Mex style. I bought some cheese, and this is actually grated real cheese. I bought some Tex-Mex spice mix. I bought some sour cream, full fat, no light reduced fat, full fat, 35% fat, very healthy. I bought some Tex-Mex style dip that you, or sauce. I mean, I bought some healthy Pepsi without sugar, 2 of those, and I think that's what I will have for tonight. I actually ate this yesterday as well, I think, but I'm a huge fan of this kind of, it's not Mexican food, I think it's American food, because it's like Tex-Mex style, but I'm a huge fan of the Tex-Mex style, and I do acknowledge that it is not actually real Mexican food, but I absolutely love it. So that's what I'm having tonight. So I just bought it at the store now. Now let's check how far we are from our destination, so that I will find out if the food will actually be spoiled or not. Let's see here. Writing on the iDrive is very interesting. Come on. There we go. Start. We are 2 hours, so ground beef is okay for 2 hours, I think. Maybe I should put it in the front. What's the temperature outside? So the temperature outside is 23 degrees. What? It's actually colder inside the car. Okay, let's put them directly where the AC is. And yeah, I think we have charged enough now. 51%, 150 kilometers indicated to go 95 kilometers. Maybe charge a little bit more. I will of course try to connect a better Routeplanner once more and see if it works out. Wow, throttling. But 13 to 56% in 23 minutes. We have added 17 kilowatt hours, timed that with 4.8 kroners per kilowatt hour, and you get the price we paid. The i3 actually has quite a high voltage, I would say, for a 400 volt pack, or a small one. Wow, 370 volts. Here is the issue that I have it connecting to OBD. It just says car connection status, and it doesn't work, which is annoying. Okay, 101 estimated kilometers. We have 185 on our gasometer. We have been driving a little bit over... we have been driving exactly the speed limit. So this should be completely fine. We will follow Google Maps for now. And of course, if we need to charge, the charging situation in Norway is so incredibly boring. So down there we have a ton of recharge chem power units, awesome units. Unfortunately, recharge is expensive, so I will not charge there when you have cheaper chargers on the other side. And right up there we have Tesla superchargers. We can actually go for a little bit of a sightseeing, because we are making a video after all. So I think it's nice to show you how the charging infrastructure in Norway is. So here we have version 3.5, 4444, 16 version 3.5, and then we have 4444, 16 version 3 superchargers here. I've been charging here many times, and you can see a Model X towing, which is nice because all of these are pull-through stalls, which is quite interesting. So you can see that they bought Burger King, and they have an awesome Polestar 2. Looks absolutely amazing. I love the Polestar 2 looks. Everything else is a little bit, but that's just my opinion. The Polestar 2 at least has the charge port in the correct location. Now it's time to move on and get home to make some Tex-Mex style tacos. Oh, small little cute little dog. Okay, the sun is so low, and when the sun is low I get blinded by the sun, so I need my sunglasses. This is the problem with Norwegian roads in summer. This road is actually extremely fun. It's got a little bit later you got a fast speed limit, and you got the ability to drive in the curves and push the car a little bit without it being dangerous. But of course you have the slowest caravans or RVs ever on the road. But now he's going away, which is also nice. I think we will put the car into sport mode, and we are ready for a full rip up this mountain. 173 kilometers estimated range left, and 98 kilometers to go. Once we go up this mountain, we will probably get closer to equilibrium, maybe even if we push the car a little bit, and then we will of course, regen on the way down to make up for it. Wow, these roads are incredibly fun. This is what I mean by fun roads in Norway, is when the speed limit is actually not a limitation for... Wow! The car is pretty fun up here, I must say. You can push the throttle to the bottom, even in sport mode, which is nice. Here we have a sharp dump, so the road quality is not the best. And my Tex-Mex style tacos are spilling all around the car because I'm having fun. But we all need to have fun. It's important to have fun. There's a Volvo coming. There we go. I kind of feel like I'm overheating the car already. Full accelerator up those hills. Didn't do the motor here or inverter or battery. I'm actually not sure very well. And we just DC fast charged as well, so shouldn't be great for the battery, I would say. But I can notice that we have a power limit. I can see it on the screen as well, that we have a power limit just driving full accelerator up these hills. So I think there are 3 bars power limit. You can see it in this display here, which is of course a nice feature. It's a significant power limit, so we are full throttle right now and we can barely get up to the speed limit. But of course we are driving quite fast. You can see the Molwa in front there. He will never have I don't know, overheating situation on public roads like we do, but he still decides to drive 20 under the speed limit. Typical Norwegian style driving. Now we have 1 more bar of power limit, actually 4 bars power limit. So this car will thermal throttle, and we have confirmed that the i3S will also thermal throttle. So I wasn't lying when driving around the track, and I felt the power limit just go into full effect. Oh, now it comes back. So it comes back pretty fast. Now we have 2 bars power limit. So that actually is very nice to test here, because on the track I was so focused on not falling out of the corners that I didn't really follow on the display. But I felt that the power actually came back pretty fast. And now we have no power limit anymore. So it's just a really, really artificial early power limit, it feels like, to protect the battery and protect maybe the motor as well. So quite interesting how BMW has decided to do this. I will of course overtake this car at the soonest possibility to try to push the car a little bit more to test if the power limit come back faster. It is 25 degrees Celsius outside now. Just for a comparison, on the track it was about 30 degrees Celsius. Why? You bought a car with 450 horsepower. You should push it. At least drive the speed limit. You have the dual motor. You have 450 available horsepower. And you won't be able to overheat the car on Norwegian public roads. Let's see here. This one, we will take him here. Nice. Ah, full send. The i3S is great. Of course, the power limit sucks a little bit, but it's still pretty fast once you regain it. And you regain it so fast that you can always overtake. There won't be enough overtaking possibilities where this would be a limitation for overtaking. It's just a limitation because I push full accelerator uphill. And now we have no power limit and we are driving quite fast, I would say. And it feels great. Feels great on the road. And feels so much more stable than the base i3, which is nice. We are killing our efficiency. So let's see, our efficiency right now is 150 watt-hour per kilometer. It was much better when we were down at at not sea level. We were never at sea level, but down before we started the climb up to this mountain here. Anyways, 89 kilometers estimated left. We have 154 on the gasometer, which should be plenty. Wow, just feels amazing. We have to be a little bit careful here because there are sheep in the road, and sheep likes to actually lay in the road when it's warm outside, like I mentioned earlier. Oh, is that the golden retriever? Is that the golden retriever? Wow, what a beautiful dog. Oh, golden retrievers are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love golden retrievers. I'm a huge fan of medium-sized and large dogs, and we have a medium-sized dog, a Finnish Lapphund, which I'm very, very happy that we got. A fantastic dog, but if I didn't get a Finnish Lapphund, maybe I would have gotten a Samoyed or a golden retriever, a larger dog, of course. But those are absolutely amazing as well. And this car is, wow, it's super fun to drive in the curves. It is. And in these curves, when the curves are flat, oh, sheep maybe? Nope, no sheep. Full sun. I can hear that the car tries to cool itself when we go fast in the curves, actually. But it feels like it has better thermal longevity than the base i3 that I tried. So quite interesting, and something that's worth noting, I guess. I don't know. Okay, gravel roads. How long are these gravel roads? I don't like gravel roads with the i3. Maybe it's okay? Feels okay. I just don't want to have a flat tire. What a fun gravel road. Never... Okay, I have driven here, but I've driven here in winter, and in winter it's not the same at all. So let's start navigation. We have 63 kilometers of estimated range left and 65 kilometers to go. So yeah, the fun spirited driving didn't really, I don't know, well, it took a toll on our remaining energy, I would say. Let's see if we make it to our destination now. Let's limp this car to its destination. Now the road absolutely sucks. Now it's just broken asphalt, actually. And I'm afraid to get a flat tire because that's a thing in i3, a major downside with these tires when hitting like potholes and such. So this road absolutely sucks. It was better in gravel. Gravel is actually better than bad asphalt, in my opinion. Do you agree? Leave a comment down below. 29% left. We have 53 kilometers of estimated range and 60 kilometers to go. But we are soon on top of the mountain, so we should go down and regain this battery percentage. But to be honest, 1 hour and 15 minutes away from our destination is quite far. So I'm curious to see if we will actually make it, or if we need to call a tow truck. I'm actually, because we're still driving and gaining altitude. Switch the car to Eco Pro, not Eco Pro Plus, but just Eco Pro, and it says 59 kilometers estimated range, 58 left to go. And to be honest, I already know that we will go down from this mountain and it'll be completely fine, probably, most likely. I don't know. You know, just laying in the road, in the middle of the road, in a dangerous corner. What are you doing, my friend? By the way, he's doing okay. They just like to lay in the road. They are usually okay. Of course, you are... Oh, wow! He jumped! Wow! They're so cute, the little lambs. We have finally arrived where we are supposed to be. Let's see here. Sorry. We arrived with 2.5% state of charge. 2.5% state of charge is more than enough, and I would say I'm quite happy with how the trip went. 150 watt-hour per kilometer is our average efficiency. Let's take a look at the car because it's full of cow stuff. Cow shit everywhere. And bugs. But the car held up, and we had 2 charging stops to get all the way here. 7 hours of driving, 7 hours and 10 minutes about that. So really impressive that this longest range i3 can do. And yeah, super happy. Thank you so much for watching Roaming Norway. Tune in for the next video, which will be super exciting.